A very good evening to all of you in our 108th Toastmasters, Live to Lead Toastmasters meeting. Today, I, Ritesh Agarwal, will be playing as the role of Sergeant at Arms and will start our meeting. As Sergeant, before starting the meeting, I would like to mention the 3 ground rules which we follow in our Toastmasters meeting. Before that, let's have a huge round of applause for today's meeting as we are starting it. As Toastmasters, please turn off your mobile phone or put them on silent mode. Please put yourself on mute if you're not speaking. And please, as Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics, so please refrain from discussing these topics. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, our Toastmasters Club do have a mission. And the mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So with that, I commence to start today's meeting and would like to hand over the stage to our president, Toastmaster Adesh, who would not be able to join us because of some meeting urgency. So I'll continue the announcement of our group. So as we all know, the month of March is so important to us. I mean, those who are in finance department, those who are in accounts department, we all have the closing of the financial year and start of a new year. So likewise, in Toastmasters also, we have the renewal period starting from April, and the renewals has been started from March. So I would like to request all our Toastmasters to renew their membership, and if they find any difficulties, do reach out the EC members in their renewals. So we have this announcement today. And now would like to hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Drisha. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritesh. Good evening, Toastmasters. I hope it's a virtual space, so can we have a good evening in the chat box at least? So that at least, even if it's a meeting of 7 people, we can still have a bit of engagement and yes, make the meeting a bit more lively. Yes, here we are. We have Shilpa saying good evening. We have Ritesh saying good evening. We have the GE, okay, Toastmaster Suraj saying good evening. Thank you. So this was just a small activity to initiate some beginning to the meeting. But yes, now that we come to the Toastmaster of the day, that is me. Good evening once again. And the topic that I chose for today's meeting was why so bland? And I'm sure most of you must be wondering that such a brief and such a, I would say, bland topic to pick just to discuss in a Toastmasters meeting, and especially being the team mod. Even if it would have been a speech, it would have still been a fine speech, because you must be telling the bland lifestyle that you have, such a plain boring lifestyle that you have, no girlfriend, no boyfriend, no drama in your life. But no, here I come with the bland lifestyle. So the point is that most of us in today's time are living a very boring, monotonous life. We wake up in a boring bed. We go to our normal routine of brushing, which is again boring. We again have our boring breakfast. Then we go to our respective boring workplaces. That could be school for children, office for the adults, colleges for the mid people. And then again, we come back home, again do our boring work life and boring lifestyle and just sleep again. So how many of you are actually living a life like that? Or if not like that, how many of you are actually finding yourself or your life a very boring one till now, or a very monotonous one? Just raise your hand or just give me a virtual hand raise. Okay, we have Toastmaster Shilpa. Only one person who's living a boring life. Is this true, or is it like everybody is just sleeping in the room? Okay, we have also Toastmaster Ritesh. Okay, I'm assuming that most of us then have a very lively lifestyle, if not boring. But since Toastmaster Shilpa and Toastmaster Ritesh put up their hands, I just want to ask, what's boring according to you? Like, what is boring to you? Like any one-liner definition or one-word definition. What about you, Toastmaster Shilpa?
If I'm going to do the same activity every day on the same timing, especially, so suppose if I used to wake up at 6 every day, I can't sleep till 6:30. That's my problem nowadays. So wherever I am doing the same activity, then I feel that it's a boring task. Basically, if I will give you in a single sentence.
Exactly. Once you keep on doing a routinely task in the same manner, same time, same day, same place, then it becomes quite boring.
Yeah.
And then you just want to change in that. And what is boring according to you, Toastmaster Ritesh?
Yeah, so for me, it's like there's nothing new is happening. It just, the daily routine work and get up, go to office, come to home, do the some work task, and then sleep. And on the weekends also, there's some thing which we can do on the weekends, but still, you might get bored on the weekends. So there's nothing new which is happening. So according to me, that's a boring thing.
Right. Nothing new is happening. Like it's all the same thing again and again. Right? Like no new thing, no drama. And what about you, Toastmaster Suraj? What is boring according to you?
So according to boring, is like currently like yeah, and I'm like looking for a job. So maybe so this is not boring, I would say, but whatever Toastmaster Rite said, absolutely it's boring. Like waking up in the morning, then same breakfast, same thing. So I would say that that's a boring part. And also like I never went to new places, so it's a completely boring.
Correct. After listening to all of you, I'm totally convinced to the fact that we all are living a bland, boring life. And by bland, I totally mean not a plain life, but a very boring. And as all of you mentioned, nothing new is happening. Same thing is happening. No exposure. So covering all this, this is the definition of what we call as bland or very boring. But before we move forward with my team org, and before we move on to the objectives of this team org, let me introduce the structure of the meeting as it will progress. So every Toastmaster meeting is divided into three parts. First part is of the prepared speeches and the respected evaluators. So we would be having two speeches today. And apart from that, we have our second session, which is probably one of the most intriguing and important session of the day. That is the impromptu speaking. And that would be taken by our lovely TTE, that is Toastmaster Priyanka. Coming to the third and the last session, which is again one of the big boss session, because we have a big boss, the GE, and who is the general evaluator, who would be evaluating each and every person who came upon the podium or the stage and spoke for their respective roles. And in this general evaluation segment, the role players will also be role players would also be coming in to give their reports, and the Oxford players as well. So before we introduce the Oxford players for today, the tag team, I would hand over to the GE for today, that is Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dirsha. So, good evening, dear fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. Today, I'm General Evaluator, and my role is to keep track of everything that happens during the course of the meeting. I will note all the things we did well as areas we can improve upon as a club. Helping me in my job, there are some specific evaluators who would evaluate some specific aspects. For example, there are speech evaluators who would evaluate the prepared speech in meeting. Apart from them, we also have a tag role pair where T stands for timer, A stands for edge counter, and G stands for grammarian. So now I would like to introduce the tag team. So first I would like to call upon the timer, Ajay, to introduce his role. Toastmaster Ajay, the stage is yours. Hello.
I am audible. Okay. Uh, Good evening, all of you. Warm good evening, all of you. Today, I am the play. Today, I am the role of play of the role is timer. So my name is Ajay Jamwal. So timing is an essential part of every speech. Timing, we come to know about quality speech. So there are three part of our speech. One is prepared speech, second is evaluation, and third is table topic. So I can share my screen. So the prepared speech timer.
I think Toastmaster, I think there is some internet issue at your end.
I guess there's some connectivity issue. So we can proceed with the other role players.
Okay.
Toastmasters.
So, okay. So I will call the time after the grammarian. So now I would like to call upon AH counter Toastmaster Adesh to introduce his role. But I think he had not joined. So anyone would like to take this role? TM Adesh, can you take the?
Yeah, I can go with the founder. Toastmaster.
Yeah, thank you. So TM Adesh, stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster, General Evaluator Toastmaster Suraj. As a counter, I will be monitoring the crutch words and the and the long pauses in the speeches of our Toastmasters. At the end of the meeting, I would be presenting my report when called upon the General Evaluator. So thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritesh. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Ritesh to play a role of grammarian. So, Toastmaster Ritesh, stage is yours.
Yeah, thanks, Toastmaster Suraj, General Evaluator Toastmaster Suraj, for calling me on the stage again. As we say that Toastmasters wears many caps, so we'll be playing the role of grammarian. As grammarian, my duties will be introducing the word of the day and idiom of the day, which I have shared on the chat. So the word of the day is incipient, which means beginning to happen or develop. The usage will be in Toastmasters, we incipient our communication and leadership skills. The idiom of the day is on cloud 9, which means extremely happy about something. The usage of the idiom of the day will be when I went back to my hometown, I was always on cloud 9. I highly encourage all the Toastmasters in our meeting to use the word of the day and idiom of the day during their speeches and their table topics. As the other role of grammarian, I will be monitoring the good usage of the day and the wrong usage of the good usage of the word and wrong usage of the word, and will be presenting my report upon calling up by the general evaluator. So thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So help me also welcome to TM Silpa, TM Silpa who will evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Mohit, and TM Priyanka, who will evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Indrajit. So I will present my report when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day.
General Evaluator, there's change in the Toastmaster second speaker, that is Toastmaster Indrajit's speech. So it will be evaluated by Manan.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
So yeah.
And he will
so
be joining in some time.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So as you know that the Toastmaster in Inderjit's speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Manan, and I will present my report when called upon by General Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster of the Day, the stage is yours.
Thank you, our GE, the big boss, Toastmaster Suraj. Okay, so back to the topic, why so bland? As we have now discussed that what does boring or bland exactly means in our generation. So as we're discussing, that same boring lifestyle, nothing new happening, no exposure, and as a result, what our generation likes to call it, we have a sad life, a boring life, a binge boring life. So let's not continue with that because you got to really want to live properly. Just imagine after how many births you have become a human being. You might be a small little insect or bug, or you must be an animal perhaps, and now you're finally a human. And now that you finally come in this form, why not use it to its fullest extent? And why not make full use of life and live life, not exist in life? The problem in our life is not that we are not enjoying, or it is the same thing that is causing the monotony. But the main thing is that we do not live in life, but instead we exist in life. And as a result, the boringness comes to climb on us. So, with that, I have the first tip for you. Whether to make a change, whether to not make a change, it's all in our hands. We take charge of our life. It's totally upon us how we perceive our life and how we make our life. Because you must have heard that quote that life is what you make it. Life is not what is being given to you from the outside forces, but what you are creating it from the inside forces. It's not what is coming from the outside, but it is what is in the inside that is causing your whole view of the world. If today you feel really good about yourself, you are going to see the whole world as a good, happy place. But if on the other hand, you see that you are not happy with your own self and you perceive yourself as a very dull person or as in a very negative form, it's obvious and pretty usual that you would perceive the world in a very manner and very negative form. You'll see everything bad, even if there is nothing bad in the world. So same here comes the tip number one, that it's in your hands. So shift your energy. We don't shift our energy often much. Just continue with the same kind of graph that we are going on. If today we are going on the same comfort graph like this, we are going on that because we are feeling comfortable. But till the time you're not going to get uncomfortable, you are not going to grow. You're not going to actually experience something new in life that will take you out of the monotony to the monotony that you're currently facing. So tip number one, change your energy. And you can often change your energy by pursuing many habits. There are many habits you can follow, or there are many hobbies as well that you can do. Like for example, if I talk about my personal experience, the hobby of journaling, hobby or habit, whatever you can say, it's a very effective one because it not only helps you reflect upon what happened in your day, but it also helps you in recalling that what else I can add on to my day. If today, for example, I journal in my day that I did this, I read a book, I went to a Toastmasters meeting, I spoke for a minute, participated in the table topic session, I came back home, I had such delicious food, I studied this in school. When I'm writing this, when I'm journaling this about my day, I can add one thing that, okay, if I did not enjoy much in my day today, what I can really add to it so that I can make it a more interesting day for me. I can add perhaps some painting or sketching that I like. Or maybe I can go for a 10-minute walk or add a 10-minute routine of exercise in my life so that my life does not become very predictable. And in this way, once I take charge of my life, I will automatically feel that life is improving, not only in the manner that it is improving my well-being, but also it is causing me to pull me out of the monotony, to the monotony I was in. If today I'm living in my life here, but I keep on adding new things and making my life unpredictable in a good manner, positive manner, then it's a common and obvious fact that I will be out of my monotony. Now, further going on to the definition, to the full form of bland. So bland, we must have heard that bland is a word. But let me clear that misconception because bland is just an acronym. And the full form of this acronym is something else. But before we move on forward, so let's move on to our first speaker of the day, that is Toastmaster Mohit. But before calling him upon stage, let me call upon his evaluator, that is Toastmaster Shilpa. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Timon, for the day. So today, TM Mohit is going to deliver his speech. And the speech title is My Fun Mentor. The pathway is innovative planning, and it's for level 2. So, first of all, best of luck, Mohit, and over to you.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
Toastmaster
Shilpa.
Shilpa. Toastmaster Mohit, my fun mentor, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, TM Dasha. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and I don't see any guests. Today I'm going to talk about a time when I was pro teacher. And I had a mentor, a fun mentor. So, what is this fun mentor? You are going to ask me. So, before thinking about that, let's give you a background. From early age, I started to live in boarding schools. And little by little, I got to know that there is very little secrets to live in a college with around your mates. And there is always more to than the eye meets. So to have really fun at a place, you need to know the inner secrets of that place. How does this work? Where is where? Who is who? What we can do? What is there? So after my 12th, I moved to college. And I thought for the first 1 year or two, I will have it fun. I will have a lot of fun, blast. But again, then I had that similar problem. Look, first you have to figure out the plans or to the secrets where you will get them. So going on to college, my first week, my agenda was I need to find a mentor. A fun mentor who can give me tips or give me secrets how these things work. Like, let me tell you why I needed a fun mentor. So, when you are in college, there are rules and there are rules. What I mean by that is, for example, our college had a policy to close the gates in the night at 10 p.m. But everybody who lived there knew that you can come and go out by jumping the side door. There's also a chair there that you can jump out easily and go out for your convenience. And everybody knows that, but not the new guys. They don't know about the how this place works. So I needed to find a mentor who can help me in that. So do you think a mentor only helps you in professional life? Or do you need only mentor in professional life? You can look out a mentor in any part of your life. So the few weeks went by. I was learning the places in and outs of that place, how our college works, who is who, what is going there. One evening, I I went out in the after our classes, and I was sitting at a tea stall, sipping my tea in the evening, and suddenly there's a guy comes down to there and he says, "Can I sit here?" There's no place here, so I removed something from there. We sat down and we started talking about it. And later I realized that he was my senior in second year. Then he started to ask me about where are you from and all that, and we got to know each other. Luckily, we had a mutual connection, and through them, I got to know him more. And I found he was very funny guy. It was fun to lot around. So I asked him to be my mentor. Can you teach me the things of there? And luckily he smiled at me and said, why do you want a fun mentor? This is a new thing. I need to know about this place. So he agreed, and we started having chats, everything about. And because of that, I had a lot of fun at that time. And I remember the first week, we were 4 or 5 friends sitting in the night talking about everything. And suddenly, we had a feeling to let's drink a beer. Now, at 11 o'clock, you can't find a beer in Kolkata. There are all shops west and everything is no. So that's the fun part of being a fun man. Called him, what can we do? He gave me nothing. He gave me a number, said call him, he'll give you. Go there and he will give you. Also other things he helped me a lot. So I had a lot of blast in first year, thanks to him. But then slowly we moved on and we become my close friends. He told me all about the college there. In by the end of first semester, I knew more than my college mates that how these things work. Where is what? Where is that? Where is what? How can we do that? How like for part I remember him telling me that there was this subject where there was a Professor Chatterjee. For internal test, he told me that Mr. Chatterjee has a favorite book. And he always give additional exercise of that book in the test. So if you want to score, just read that additional exercise book and you will get to know the marks. First, I thought Mr. Chatterjee will not do that. Maybe he will give more another questions. And at that time, the evening, one day before exam, I went through all the questions are there and I scored good marks in that test. The tips and inner working of that really help you. So in the conclusion, I want to say, please find mentors in your life, a professional one, a personal one. Make your life more livable. Why so bland? To have fun in your life, to move around in everything, to speak to someone, to earn, find everything who can help you go ahead. A mentor is not only about professional life. It can be about anything who can give you a little ahead about the time that what can you expect, what can he provide you additional insights. That's what a mentor for me. That's what a fun mentor is. Thank you, and back to you, TM Just.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for such a, I would say, inspiring. And I think now all of us would be incipient to find our journey, to find a mentor now, because your whole speech has been fun to us in finding a mentor. So thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for that. Okay, so coming back to the topic. That is, I just want some audience interaction. What is the team word for the day? Okay, nobody knows.
Sorry.
Maybe.
You could repeat that sentence. Actually, just network glitch.
Okay, I was just asking. So, what is the team or topic for the day?
Why so bland?
Why so bland?
Thank you. Okay, just wanted to test you guys, but okay, I think you guys passed. So, A1. But okay, coming back to the topic, why so bland? So, as I was discussing, that bland is just an acronym and it has a much wider meaning to it than we just perceive it to be. So, I'll just type it in the chat box that what does bland actually means. So, bland means lame and nevertheless dull. And I think this totally encompasses the whole situation that we are in currently. That we are dull, we are boring, and our life is boring. But in all of this mess and hustle, You know why our life is more boring? Not because only of the circumstances and situations, but also because of our own selves. Like we ourselves are quite boring to other people. Like if I'm conversing with you and I just keep on talking about myself right now, that I've done this, I've done that, I've done that, and my name is Risha, I like to do this. I'm sure after 5-10 minutes, you are going to be totally bored until and unless you really admire me. But if that's not the case, you are totally gonna get bored. But and other than that, you'll see that there are many people who keep on, using such things that will bore you in the conversation. Or if not other people, it might be you yourself who might be boring the other people, and they'll be like, no, I don't want to stay in this conversation. So it's not really the situations that we need to change and energy that we need to change, but we also need to change our own habits and our own selves to not be boring and to not make our life boring. And certain things that we can remove from ourselves or from conversing with the other people that can, actually eliminate the boring part in us. First thing, do not only continue talking about yourself, be a good listener. Because when you're conversing, conversing is not only about speaking back and forth, it's also about listening to the other person. It's also about intaking what the other person is trying to say, what the other person is trying to communicate. And don't just listen with the need to reply, but also listen with the need to understand that what the other person is actually trying to say. So first thing, that be a good listener. Second thing, when you're talking in a conversation, don't only bombard the other individual with negative things. That, don't just start complaining that the weather is so hot, the weather is so cold, that is so bad, that is not good. And you'll see many people who just, dodge into the conversation and they just keep on saying the negative things. And you'll be like, you're sucking my energy, so don't do though. So these are the two things that we can avoid for not the other person, or if not for us to make ourselves feel boring. And yes, third extra tip, that be humorous or be happy and joyful in nature. Because if you yourself are not very bubbly in nature, it's not force or compulsion that you have to be fake and bubbly. But if you yourself don't feel joyous in life, it's a sure thing that you're going to perceive other people as not joyous, and of course you are also not going to perceive the world as a good place, as we discussed earlier. So these were the 3 tips. But other than that, if we really again hop onto the topic, that why so bland. So we were discussing becoming dull, becoming lame, and as the acronym suggests, that I myself forgot. So yeah, so becoming lame and nevertheless dull. And by nevertheless dull, we don't only mean that we are lame. By lame, we don't only mean that we are lame in terms of our humor or how we are as a personality, but being lame means also low in energy, very low in terms of how we are viewing things. So in this case, we just need to understand that once we have shifted our energy, we also need to divert our perspective. If we have a common perspective of viewing the world in a particular manner that the society has taught us, we need to learn divergent thinking. By divergent thinking, I do not mean that just think about go past the norms. No, not about that. But divergent thing means think outside the box. Till the time you're not thinking something outside the box, you're going to be just confined in that common cage of societal norms and of course the boring life. And till the time you do not fight your comfort zone, you don't make your life unpredictable, again you're going to be surrounded by boring things and monotony in life. So that's the second thing. So before we move on to what bland has been now and how we are going to turn that same acronym of bland into something else, before hopping on to that, let me call upon our second speaker of the day, but bring her upon stage, that is Toastmaster Indrajit. Let me call upon her evaluator, that is Toastmaster Manan. But is he in the meeting?
Yeah, Toastmaster Manan hasn't joined yet. I pinged him in the on the WhatsApp, so he will be joining in another 5 minutes. So let's have the table topics first, and then after table topics, we can have the second speech.
Great. So now we are moving on to the impromptu session of the day. That is the most intriguing part as well. So over to our lovely TTM, that is Toastmaster Priyanka. Over to you, Toastmaster Priyanka.
Please call her, remind that we are at TTM part.
Is Toastmaster Priyanka in the meeting?
Because
Yeah, I'll ping her. Just a minute.
Okay, till the time our TTM is joining in, and till the time our evaluator as well is joining in. So, how is everybody's day going so far? Just describe in one emoji or one word if you can. If you want to unmute yourself, go ahead. If you want to type in the chat box, go ahead. In fact, try to chat through an emoji. That emoticon actually expresses way more than you can think and imagine. So, for example, if you're feeling boring or if you're feeling monotonous, just give a cross-eyed emoji. Or if you're feeling happy, give a blush-signed emoji. Like whatever feels good to you.
if you don't know which emoji is for which one, then
Mohit?
if you don't know which emoji is for which expression, then what you could do?
In that case, you just go by your gut feeling and your instincts, I would say. Okay, bland. Nice. We are feeling bland, becoming lame and nevertheless dull. But don't worry, Toastmaster Shilpa, we are soon going to do something more interesting. And going to make the evening also interesting. Just keep your eyes on the chat box and in the third segment of our team mode session. But yes, bland, we are feeling bland. That is correct. Because for some reason, the day has been going, if I talk personally about me, the day has been going pretty bland. And I just got to know that there is a thing called thalassemia, or it's a kind of disease. I just got to know today, since there was a healthcare awareness program in our school, I mean college, and there were blood tests going on. So this is one thing I got to know. What about you guys? Is there anything new that anybody here got to know or got to share here? Okay, nothing new. No worries. We are now heading over to the TTM session and over to our lovely TTM, Toastmaster Priyanka. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. How are you all? Good?
Good.
Okay. So, I am the table topic master of today's evening, and I will give you some impromptu topics on which you need to speak up at least for a minute and maximum for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Today's session is more interactive and I can say more tricky as well. Reason is that I will give you the topic, and in between the topic, I will say switch. You need to speak up for and against the topic. Got it? Okay. So who would like to volunteer first? TM Shilpa, would you like to take up?
Sure.
Okay. TM Ritesh, are we ready for the first topic?
Yes, Toastmaster Priyanka. I'll share my screen. Just a second. Yeah.
Is our timer?
Yeah.
Actually, Toastmaster Ajay won't be able, to keep the record of time as his connection was not good. So I'll be, if you, Toastmaster Mohit, you can keep a record of the time if it is fine.
But I won't be able to share.
Okay. No
So I
issues.
won't be able to
I'll keep the record of the time. No issues.
Yes.
Toastmaster Shilpa, your topic is alcohol should be illegal. So you will start with anything, maybe in for or maybe in against. In between, I will say switch, and then you need to speak up for different perspective.
Okay. Uh, I think alcohol should be legal. So, as today our topic is like life is blend. So, if our life is blend, sometime I personally feel. So, I am a non-drinker, but sometimes when we are in lot of tension and every minute we are thinking on something, then sometimes I realize that if we some habit, bad habit actually, then might be for that moment at least we will be relaxed. We will not think about that topic. So sometimes I feel that everything should be in limit, but it should be legal as well. Uh, and so actually it should be illegal. So definitely the problem is like it actually impact our mind. So whenever we are having drinks, so we are out of control. And definitely this is, so if people are having, they are drunk. So definitely that will impact their life. And every life is getting connected with their family. So it should be illegal. No one should have drink this, because definitely that will impact his or her health, as well as it will impact their lives directly. Definitely, if we are having, if we drink, then nothing is under our control. So sometimes we hurt the emotions of other people. So I feel that definitely it should be illegal and no one should have, should take. Over to you, TTM Priyanka. Thank you.
Thank you, Shilpa, for such a wonderful like start of the topic, and after that you give the switch as well. So kudos to you. And I want to listen more about the topic, but you just stop it. No issues. Okay. So who would like to volunteer again next? TM Inderjeet, are you there? Okay. TM Suraj, would you like to take up the next topic?
I'll go.
So, TM Ritesh, are we ready?
Yes, we are ready with the second topic.
Okay.
Just share my screen.
A parent shouldn't pierce a baby's ears. A parent shouldn't pierce a baby's ears.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priyanka, for giving me this topic. Yeah, okay. So I think, yeah, even I have noticed so many times, like I have videos related to where babies are being pierced by so I noticed that when you by some machine you pinch, then the babies you then they start suddenly crying. So I feel like sometimes it's not okay because they're just babies. So I think doing this, definitely it's not a good thing. uh, so I'm against this. I think it should not be happen. But it's our female put makeup. So I would say, if you put if you put pierce baby's ears, so I think then she looks she looks beautiful. So I would say like it's also a good thing. So yeah, I think
Which TM Suraj?
yeah, I'm saying that these if you pierce their ear, then they will look beautiful. So I would say like, yeah, I think I'm in support of this. So and no so I think So I
Now
would
again,
say like
again, switch.
I was saying that but I would say like this should be happen after like certain age, not just like 5 or 6 year old. I would say it should be like is 7 or 8. So yeah, that's all from my side.
Okay, thank you, TM Suraj, for attempting very energetically. And yes, I gave you 2 switches and you just managed it well. Kudos to you. Next, TM Anand would like to take up the next topic, right?
Yes,
So,
I can.
TM
And
Ritesh,
my background is still on 40. Sorry.
no issues. TM Ritesh, can we show up the slide? High school students should wear uniform. High school students should wear uniform. Over to you, TM Manan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priyanka, for this topic. Well, when I was in my high school, I always used to wonder whether I should be wearing this uniform right now or not. Well, I looked at the situation from both point of views. First thing was that high school is still an age where, as teenagers or as young adults, we are exploring the world. We are still being very judgmental about a lot of things. So having a uniform in school as mandatory is, I think, a very good step, right? Because it creates this whole mindset of looking at everybody through a single lens. If from high school we start wearing different kind of clothes as per our financial status or as per our choice, then this would create a lot of disengagement among students, right? So in my opinion, in high school, students should definitely be wearing uniforms, and I guess it's a good rule.
Switch, you need to tell against as well.
I think I've told already against. Well, if we say that
Then in favor.
high school, okay, if I feel that high school students are also having choice of their own. They're exposed to a lot of different scenarios or a lot of different things and situations and setup and culture that they see through Netflix or anything that's available online. So there must be a need to dress themselves and wear that whatever they want to wear. So if it is a possibility, then I guess they should definitely be getting a chance to wear what they want to wear, not from the college but from the school. And that's all.
Thank you, TM Manan, for expressing your views very diligently, and I really like the way you attempting it in the favor at the end. So it's good part. Now coming to our next volunteer, TM Mohit. So TM Mohit, are you ready? Okay.
Yes.
Your topic is studying grammar is more important than practicing conversational skills. Studying grammar is more important than practicing conversational skills. So you need to speak up in favor and as well as against.
Thank you, PM Priyanka. So learning grammar is important to practicing speech, but it's more important than that. You may ask me why. Well, the simple reason is that first you need to learn grammar. Only then you can speak what you want to speak. Grammar, you how to make your structure sentence, how to say about anything, what to use, what to not to use. So before you can start speaking, you have to know what to speak, how to make sentence, what not to say, what not to say.
Switch.
But then practicing speech is very important. You have to speak, then only you can speak. Grammar is easy, you can learn it. It's only in books. But conversation skills, you have to practice it. You have to speak, speak, speak. Only then you can know. Grammar is the easy part. But coming to conversation skills, it's the different. You have to give it a time. You have to practice it. Only then you will master the complete language skills. In any speech, come out to English or in Spanish or anything, learn grammar or practice well. Again, both are important. You need to work on both. Back to you.
Very well done, TM Mohit. And I really like the way you managed to switch. But you use the word but and then you managed to switch. So it was really a lovely gesture through which we understand that you are changing your topic. Kudos to you. Now coming to TM Ritesh.
Yes.
Your topic is given by me out of other topics.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
Female are better students than male. Female are better students than male.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for the interesting topic. So, if I compare the students, female students and male students in my the studying career, the females are more disciplined. They are more prone to follow the rules and obedient and does the and does the thing and does the homework and the things in a good manner than the male students. So these are but the male students also the they are more involved in the field in the field, and they monitor the class and the things which are done, which they do. So they are more prone to listening the teachers, some students, and so these are the topic my points. Over to you.
Your time is not up.
Actually, I'm not getting the points.
Try to speak up for a minute.
The female students, the male students are the the things they does their work more rapidly, and by here and there they can do it by their own, or they can copy from others, but they done their work and enjoy later. So yeah, Toastmaster Manan has raised his hand.
Thank you, TM Ritesh. Would you like something about this topic?
Yes. I want to add a couple of points to what TM Ritesh has said. That I totally agree with what he said, that female students are really much better than male students because they are more obedient, respectful, they study on time, do things on time, and they never create much of a ruckus in school, what usually like boys do. So they are good, nice people. And they score also well in exams.
Thank you, TM Manan, for adding your views in this topic. And Drishya, would you like to have the next topic?
Sure.
Okay. So your topic is TM Ritesh. Sixth one we can show. Okay, fine. Television or mobile is the leading cause of violence in today's society. Television or mobile is the leading cause of violence in today's society. TM Drishya.
Thank you, David Topic Master. Tishum, tishum, boom, boom, bam. This is exactly what you hear the small children seeing the television and cartoons, which show so much violence. Some cartoons do, while at the other hand, the movies, the Telugu movies, the Hindi Bollywood movies, there are numerous to name. To say at the least, they teach violence. And especially when the child is seeing such movies at such a young age, what do you expect? They only teach aggressiveness, violence, and rude and rash behavior. And seeing all this, there need to be interventions and some basic mechanisms to prevent children from watching such movies. Because if it continues like this, the kind of psyche that is being built within the children and their brains is terrible to say at the least.
Right.
Because nothing is being caused but violence. Violence or aggression? What are we talking about? Televisions and mobiles are not at all causing violence and aggression. They don't even teach such things. It's just a common misperception that we see that they are teaching such negative things. We should see the other side. How good things are they? How many good things are there that they are teaching? They give education things to children. They teach educational values to children. There are certain programs that the basic 3 to 4 years of age or 3 to 5 years of age group can see. We don't see that aspect. We only see the fact that the televisions and mobiles are actually teaching aggression and regression. But this is not at all true. If there is one side of the coin, we cannot ignore the other side as well. We need to see the both sides of the coin. And in order to conclude, I would just like to say that television is not the sole purpose or is not the sole cause of causing aggression and violence. As well, causing the child to grow and learn. And there are other causes as well that teaches the children such aggression and aggressive of behavior. Over to Table Topic Master.
Thank you, TM Drishya, for attempting this topic wonderfully. And I really liked the way, like you were confident enough in both the ways, like in for and against. It's not looking like that you are talking only in favor of something. When you were on the other side, then also you are doing the justice with the topic. So kudos to you for that. Inderjeet Kaur, would you like to take up the next topic? As you are the last participant in our meeting. Okay, I think she's not there. As we have few number of participants in today's table topic session. So my table topic session has just got over, and I really feel that you people did the justice with the topic in favor and against. And kudos to all of you for giving your thoughts in both ways. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you to our brilliant table topic master for giving us such twists and turns in our table topic session. And I must say, after attempting the table topics, I'm on cloud 9. So this is a good opportunity for each one of us to embrace our skills and speaking skills and communicate well in the times of being a hypocrite. If you want to be a hypocrite, that is also art that you need to learn how to switch from one point to another. Thank you, table topic master. And again, on to the topic, the theme of why so bland. And as I said that we were moving on to a better side, a better term to the bland, that is a better acronym for it. But before moving on to that, let me give you the last and final tip of the meeting for this topic at least. That is, firstly, before giving you that tip, how many of you have actually watched Harshit Mehta documentary? I think that was that came in 2020. Okay, Toastmaster Ritesh has. Toastmaster Priyanka has, Toastmaster Manan has, Toastmaster Suresh too. Okay, great, nice. Pretty much everyone has watched it. So this should be interesting. Tell me a very famous dialogue, even if it's Hindi. Let's request the creator to forgive us for that. But okay, what is that one famous line from that documentary? If anybody remembers, they can just unmute yourself and speak it out. Okay.
Risk hai
Everybody's
to
on their
ishq
thinking.
hai.
Exactly. Thank you, Toastmaster Ritesh. Yes, we are talking about risk. Risk hai to isk hai. So sorry for the Hindi part, but in English it means that if you have risk, you have love, and if you have love, you have the capabilities to have the curve. So risk in this quality, or risk in this whole topic of being bland, how does it fit in? Now, bland, we were discussing several times that it means boring, monotonous, blah, 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 blah. But in life, to take it to a different level, to move yourself from a better level, or to move yourself to a better level of fulfillment, you need to have the capability to take risk in your life. All of us here, in fact, if not all of us here, most of the people, they are very afraid of taking a risk in life. They are afraid of losing what they have. They are totally afraid of what might come next. But what they do not really see is that if they keep on going in that one particular monotonous manner, they are never going to grow. And second thing, if they are going to go in that monotonous manner, they know what's next. If today you are following the same routine, same things, same lifestyle, and if I ask you, okay, what next? It's 7 o'clock right now. What are you going to do at 8 o'clock? And if you have the constant pattern of eating dinner at 8, you'll be like, okay, I'll be eating dinner at 8. Then 9 o'clock I have a meeting. 10 o'clock I'll do homework. Blah 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 blah, etc. So with this, you see that it's a constant pattern. You don't see any changes in that. But when you develop the capability or the ability to take risk in life, your life becomes unpredictable in a good manner. Take risks, but risk also means in a calculated manner. We cannot just say that, okay, take risk in life and just take it mindlessly. Take risk, but in a calculated manner. And the ability to take risk in life, how does it really help you to take you out from the monotony of the life? So it helps you in the manner that it helps you give a new perspective or a new outcome to your life. If today you have the capability of taking risk, you have the capability of not even you have the capability of not actually guessing what might come next, because you don't know. If you are taking a risk, there is always a 50-50 chance. If you are taking a risk, it might happen good. If you are taking a risk, it might lead to something bad. But at the same time, it will not be the same thing. It will not be the same monotonous things that you are going through in life. If you are taking calculated risk, for sure you are going to get a different outcome in life, which again takes us out of. And with this, I would just give you a call to action with this, that develop the capability of changing your energy, as we discussed in point number 1. Second thing, be a good conversation developer and make your life very predictable. And third thing, that as we were discussing, that have the capability of taking risk in life. And now I would just like to end my TMOD by giving you a good acronym of land, as promised as the theme of the day. So I will just give it in the chat box. Okay, I hope it's visible to everyone. Okay, I think it's not. Is it? Okay, now it is available in the chat box. So from becoming lame and nevertheless dull, we have another acronym for bland, that is, now the full form is becoming lively, amazing, and desirable. So in life, just remember, whenever you are hesitating, whenever you are facing monotony in life, you are thinking my life has become so boring, no drama, nothing, no extra, only same old things and no new things. Just think yourself these 3 things that we just explored today, that be a good conversationalist, develop the capability of building risk, and make your life unpredictable in a good manner. And also try new things, because you got one life to live properly. And therefore, remember one thing, YOLO. You only live once. And with this, now let's move on to our second speaker of the day, that is Toastmaster Indrajit. Before calling her on stage, I would like to call her evaluator, that is Toastmaster Manan. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Drishya, for calling me stage. So, hello everyone. It is time for the second speaker of the day. And today, the second speaker is going to deliver her project level 3 project 1 for her pathways, motivational strategies. And the title of her speech is Make Difference. Make Difference, Toastmaster Indrajit, make difference. Over to you.
Am I audible and visible to all of you?
Yes, Toastmaster Indrajit.
I have one request to our evaluator, to my evaluator, because I'm participating in the contest. I would request if you could leave some comments on how I can improve for being the part of division contest. If you feel that there are some amendments I can make, because I'm preparing.
Sure.
Thank you. There's a choice we're making. We are saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Greetings to everyone. Song that was being sung by the Western singers. I welcome one and all. Today I'm here to spread the color of making difference in anyone's life. There are many people who have set an example, such as Dr. Abdul Kalam, Mahatma Gandhi, Sindhu Tai, Mother Teresa, who have been giving us and influencing us that we can do something for the society. We all want to be different, isn't it? Either it's you or me. Just be different and unique. That is important. Not just be different, make difference in anyone's life. Being influenced by such people, I always wanted to walk on their footsteps, but unfortunately, I couldn't do it. Luckily, during my initial stage as a teacher, I got this opportunity when I was working with such an organization that used to promote education with India. One fine year, my colleague landed up to a rural village, rural part, where we got a chance to go and people understand. As we went home, to our surprise, we saw the internet network running every corner of the home to find a network. Where with this difficult time during nights were also very pathetic. There were doors that were singing oh my God. Facing all these difficulties, somehow we went to our school. We found during this institution that on being asked to our colleague, she said that, ma'am, people over here do not want to teach girls. They just want to teach boys. Because they believed that the girls are born for home and boys are for out. They tried their best and to explain parents, but nobody came. With the support of the teachers of the school, we somehow conducted PTM. You all know what is PTM, isn't it? Parents Teachers Meeting. Here we decided that the parents, as we were asking parents and telling them the importance of their daughters, one of the parents stood up and said, "Oh, ma'am, what are you saying? Are you crazy? We don't want to teach our children, right? You're teaching our boys, that's better. Girls are born only for home. They should learn how to cook food because tomorrow they are getting married. Don't give us all this lecture." Stating this, this gentleman, along with his wife, walked out. Looking at him, other parents also, blabbering, just walked away. We were silent. We didn't know how to react. But this had brought our confidence slightly low. Somehow, one of our teachers said, "Ma'am, it's okay, it happens. It's common over here. Don't worry." But you all know, teachers are best leaders. They never give up. They always want to work on what they are doing. With the support of teachers, now this strategy was to go to door and explain parents that each and every girl is here to learn. They have to study. Academics is going to help them to grow. One fine day, with full planning, we all went door to door. Guess what happened? Conservative people, they didn't listen to us. People were very rude, harsh, and some people also use honest language. They shut their doors on our face. Looking at all this, our confidence was still falling. But no, we didn't want to give up. We decided that no matter whatever happens, we are going to bring girls to the school. With the help of the head of the village, we all decided that we are going to now have a road show right in the center of the village. Here we conducted a road show, played acts. We also played some videos that help people to understand that where is the world going? The girls are going high. They are retouching moon now. We brought them examples of Kalpana Chawla, P.T. Usha, and many more. This had widened their knowledge, and now some parents came to a school with their daughters. Well, the journey had not, we know we had a long way to go. Although on cloud nine, we still were working on this and promoting, playing many road shows so that people could bring their little angels to schools. Looking at this, some parents noticed that the girls who were going to school were not only good in academics, but sports as well as they were developing leadership skills. Parents now started working and joining more to our school. Not only this, you would be surprised to know that there were 25 villagers nearby who also got inspired by these little angels and girls. They also started sending their schools to the local, either government school or private. Now, this was the big difference that we all have created. My friends, you and I can we can bring a change in somebody's life. No matter whatever we are, what we are doing, either it's you or me, we can stand and help people to understand. Let us break this orthodox chain and bring a chain, build new society so that people can live, not lead. I have made a difference and still working on it. What about you, Toastmasters? Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Indrajit, for such a wonderful speech. And I must say that since you're preparing for a division level contest, you must require a lot of practice, and we all would be giving you a generic feedback apart from your evaluation as well. Thank you once again, Toastmaster Indrajit. And now we move on to the final and the last section of the meeting, that is the general evaluation segment. And now handing over to the big boss of the meeting, the GE, General Evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster. First, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Silpa, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Mohit's speech. So, Toastmaster Silpa, stage
Thank
is
you,
yours.
TM Suraj. So first of all, many congratulations, TM Mohit. You have successfully delivered your speech. So first on the good points. So your eye contact was perfect. You were speaking very freely. I can see that you were totally confident and you seem to be very relaxed. You had a very natural facial expression, so I means you were just totally out of any pressure. If I will talk about the recommendations, first of all, I feel that if this speech will be in a standing position, then that might have a better impact. Second is if in the meeting, if you could interact with the audience, then that can evolve and the people. I can see that your pace was slightly slow, so that might can make people bored sometimes. So it could be slightly fast. And from the hand gestures, means there were no hand gestures. If you can add few hand gestures during the speech, might be that will be more interactive. Majorly, other than this, it was an excellent speech, and I just want to congratulate again. And over to you, TM Suraj.
I think Priyanka, you have to speak at least for 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay, and yeah, so your topic was good. So if I will talk about, if I want to take a message, so it was very interactive and the message was good. Like we should have the mentors, and definitely mentors are important. And if we can make our mentors, then that they can give us actual direction in our life. And other is yeah, so there could be a slight scope in the improvement of grammar. It can be slightly improved, and the pronunciation, so most of the things were good, but there could be a small scope in the improvement from the pronunciation side. That's it from my side. TM Suraj, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Silpa, for giving your wonderful evaluation. So now I would like to call upon the second evaluator, Toastmaster Manan, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Indrajit. So Toastmaster Manan, stage is yours.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Suraj. Girls belong to house while boys belong to outside. It's very stale and very rudimentary. It is reality of major India if we choose to move away from cities. And I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Indrajit for bringing up and sharing her experience to having deal with this kind of a mindset and how she created a difference. And thank you so much for putting it in front of us, because the more we speak about topics like this, more awareness we create about this scenario. Now, let me just quickly say what were shining points of speech. Well, mentioned the speech was her personal anecdote of dealing with the mindset that's been there for generations. She struggled and told us what kind of situations she faced during with that particular school and parents. This really helped us to create a connection about what she's speaking. She also mentioned a lot of prominent names and examples which are very well known, like Dr. Abdul Kalam, Mahatma Gandhi, and Mother Teresa. Stating the examples of people and associating them with the story or the experience or the difference that they want to create actually triggers a lot of visual points and imagination and relatability about the content, and which she wonderfully did in her speech. She also used a lot of vocal variety, like when she was talking about the tanga or the mosquito buzzing, she created those sounds. So this really helped us to visualize the situation that Toastmaster Indrajit was in and how she was actually personally experiencing all of those situations. Also, she gave a proper conclusion to her story, and she also created this inspiration in each one of us to take small steps and try and make small difference, however small it is, to everybody's life. Now, having said that, I do have a couple of recommendations for Toastmaster Indrajit. My first recommendation is that though it is really amazing that she was standing and giving her speech, however, I would insist that you can add a lot of body movements while delivering that speech. Because what I noticed that for the major part of your speech, and this actually involves storytelling, right? So you incorporated, so the speaker incorporated the vocal variety and giving us scenarios and imagination where we can be on that journey with the speaker. But if she could have used her hand gestures to create the visual elements of the story, that would have been really amazing. Because for the major part of while the speaker was on stage, I only I put hands which were like this and this and this. If we are saying, for example, that let's make a difference, so pointing a finger would actually give emphasis on that particular thought, that yes, we have to make a difference. Now, my second points would be, when the speaker asked that, can you guess what happened next? She immediately started to tell what happened next. A pause for 2 to 3 seconds would have actually given people build up scenarios in head that what actually might have happened in that particular situation. This creates a lot of interest in speakers about the next twist in the story. So having particular pauses at particular intervals in speech help this speech to be more impactful. Besides this, in conclusion, I would like to say that it was a great speech, personal anecdote, nice vocal variety, full of personal instances, and ultimately a very, very, very inspiring message that Toastmaster Indrajit delivered on stage. So huge congratulations from my side to Toastmaster Indrajit for delivering her project, and it was wonderful to hear you. Thank you so much, and back to you, Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manna, for giving such a great evaluation, I would say. So now I would like to call upon my tech team. So first I would like to call upon Timer, and I think Timer is Team Ritesh. The stage is yours.
Thank you, General Director. But I guess there's, this role has been shared by me and Toastmaster Ajay, but because of network issues, Toastmaster Ajay won't be able to connect with us now. So both the table topics are in the green zone for everyone, and the other the two speeches are in green as well. So the Toastmasters Indrajit's speech was of 7 minutes and 15 seconds, and Toastmaster Mohit's speech was of around 6 minutes, for around 6 minutes. So yeah, back to General Veritor. I'll share this rest of the timings with Ajay and in the flow.
Okay, again I would like to call upon Toastmaster.
Hello.
Yeah. Toastmaster Ritesh. Again I would like to call upon to present
Yeah,
your
so
yeah.
yes, for the R counter, the report will be Toastmaster Drisha used like 2 times, Toastmaster Shilpa used if 2 times, Toastmaster Mohit used again 2 times, and 4 times, and Toastmaster Ritesh, that is myself, used many times, more than 4 times, and long pauses of around 2 and more. So I'll share the grammarian report as well.
Yeah.
We have some good usage of words like take charge, monotony, come out of the comfort zone. And we have used to idiom of the day by Toastmaster Drisha and Toastmaster Indrajit. So thank you for using the idiom of the day in the speeches. I would like to call upon from the meeting if anyone wants to try word of the day and idiom of the day, any of the usage. So would like to repeat, the word of the day is incipient, and idiom of the day is on cloud 9. So Toastmaster, anyone would like to try for that? Okay. So we can go ahead with the general evaluation Toastmaster Suraj.
Oh, thank you, Toastmaster Ritesh, for giving your wonderful for giving your report. So, as a general evaluator, now I would like to present my report. So the meeting was and all the role players were in order. Second, the guest also introduced, and and also like table table top prepared speech also is good, and table topic, I would say TM Pilpa, TM Prinka, like you did a really wonderful, and okay. So I start now I come to the Toastmaster of the day, TM Drishya. So TM Drishya, I would say you played team role superbly. Your topic is also engaging. So I would say you are like a really good speaker. Next is TM Silpa. You followed CRC approach, and your evaluation was to the point. And one suggestion I would like to give that please at least take 2 minutes to evaluate a speech. Next is TM Manan. TM Manan, yeah, I would say are like during your evaluation you are calm, and your evaluation was really very accurate, and you also applied CRC's approach. Next is timer. So first of all, I would like to thank Toastmaster Ritesh for being a savior. He took all the roles. So you are really great today, and you also present a report as a timer in a detailed, and also you present your report as a counter in, like, I would say again detailed and also grammarian. One suggestion I would like to give that if you present your report in Excel or in a presentable way, so I think people can see and it will be good. Other than that, I would say, yeah, the meeting was great and I really enjoyed the meeting. And yeah, that's all from my side.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Moving on to the last part of
So
the
we
meeting,
left.
awards, with only 4 people left. Those who are stay here won the awards. Those who are not lost their awards. So yeah, who won, who lost?
Yeah, actually, we are left with 2 more votes.
Evaluator and that.
So
About we give
let's have a best
yeah.
role player.
Who is? And
Yeah, I think so. We can uh, move ahead with the award section as auxiliary role
announce.
player. There was only 1 or 2 of them.
Okay, announce it.
So if we go for the best speaker award, the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Indrajit with more than half of the population of Toastmaster Indrajit. Next, for the best evaluator, it's a tie between both of them, Toastmaster Shilpa and Toastmaster Manan. Then for the table topics, we have TM Drishya as the winner of table topics, best table topic speaker. Moving further, for the best role player, it's again Toastmaster Drishya, team author of the day. So we are good with the awards section. Think so. We are 4 only left. So Toastmaster Manan, you're here.
Let's start the recording. Hi, Manan.